North Carolina. Cardinal bird, dogwood flower, pine tree. Capital, Raleigh. Popular name, Tar Heel State. North Dakota. Western meadowlark bird, wild prairie rose flower, American elm tree. Capital, Bismarck. Popular name, Peace Garden State. Ohio. Cardinal bird, scarlet carnation flower, buckeye tree. Capital, Columbus. Popular name, Buckeye State. Oklahoma. Scissored-tailed flycatcher bird, Oklahoma rose flower, red bud tree. Capital, Oklahoma City. Popular name, Sooner State. Oregon. Western meadowlark bird, Oregon grape flower, Douglas fir tree. Capital, Salem. Popular name, Beaver State. Pennsylvania. Ruffed grouse bird, mountain laurel flower, hemlock tree. Capital, Harrisburg. Popular name, Keystone State. Rhode Island. Rhode Island redbird, violet flower, red maple tree. Capital, Providence. Popular name, Ocean State. South Carolina. Carolina wren bird, yellow jessamine flower, palmetto tree. Capital, Columbia. Popular name, Palmetto State. South Dakota. Chinese ring-necked pheasant bird, pasque flower, Black Hills spruce tree. Capital, Pierre. Popular name, Mount Rushmore State. Tennessee. Mockingbird, iris flower, tulip poplar tree. Capital, Nashville. Popular name, Volunteer State. Texas. Mockingbird, flower, bluebonnet, tree, pecan. Capital, Austin. Popular name, Lone Star State. Utah. Bird, California gull. Flower, Sego lily. Tree, blue spruce. Capital, Salt Lake City. Popular name, Beehive State. Vermont. Hermit thrush. Flower, red clover. Tree, sugar maple. Capital, Montpelier. Popular name, Green Mountain State. Virginia. Cardinal. Dogwood. Richmond. Old Dominion State. Washington. Willow goldfinch. Coast rhododendron. Western hemlock. Olympia. Evergreen State. Cardinal. West Virginia. Cardinal, rhododendron, sugar maple, Charleston, Mountain State. Wisconsin. Robin, wood violet, sugar maple, Madison, Badger State. Wyoming. Western meadowlark, Indian paintbrush, cottonwood, Cheyenne, Equality State. Dictionary of Animal Life. Aardvark, an unusual mammal which lives only in parts of southern Africa. Its name comes from two Dutch words which mean earth pig. It is from 4 to 6 feet long from the end of its slender snout to the tip of its tail. Its home is an underground tunnel. When in danger, it escapes by digging. An aardvark can dig faster than a man can. It has a long sticky tongue which it uses to catch its meal of ants. Sometimes the aardvark is called the ant bear. Alligator, a large reptile that lives in swamps and rivers in the tropical parts of the United States and China. It is similar to a crocodile but has a shorter and blunter snout. It lies in the water with only its eyes showing and swims by moving its tail from side to side. A male alligator can be 11 or 12 feet long. American elk, a large mammal which is a member of the deer family. It lives in the western United States and Canada. The male or bull may be 5 feet tall at the shoulder and may weigh 800 pounds. It grows enormous antlers, which measure about 5 feet across and about 5 feet from front to back. The female or cow is smaller and does not have antlers. The American elk is also called the wapiti, its Indian name. It eats grasses, twigs, and the needles of fir trees. Badger, a mammal which lives in Europe, Asia, Canada, and the United States. The badger is about 2 to 3 feet long. It has grayish fur and a black and white badge on its face. The badger is a fierce fighter if it is cornered. It is helpful to man because it eats large numbers of mice, gophers, and ground squirrels. Bald eagle, a large bird with powerful wings which lives only in North America. The bald eagle lives near seacoasts, large lakes, and rivers because its favorite food is a fish. The bald eagle can use its eyes to see forward and sideways at the same time. Its head is covered with white feathers. Its name comes from a very old meaning of the word bald, shining white. The bald eagle is a symbol of the United States of America. Barn swallow, a bird which lives in the United States, Canada, Europe, and Asia. The barn swallow is a glossy blue bird with a deeply forked tail. It spends most of its time flying and catching insects. It can also scoop up a drink of water as it flies. Flocks of barn swallows nest and hunt insects together. The flock will also attack hawks and other large birds that threaten them. Beaver, a furry, flat-tailed mammal that builds dams and lodges of sticks and mud and ponds. The beaver eats bark. It stores up food for the winter by piling up trees underwater near its lodge. The beaver can stay underwater for 15 minutes without coming up for more air. Baby beavers ride on their mother's backs in the water and on her tail when they are on land. Like squirrels, mice, and rats, the beaver is a rodent, or gnawing mammal. Most beavers live in Canada or the United States, but there are also some in parts of Europe and Asia. Bighorn sheep, a mammal which lives in the mountainous areas of western North America from Alaska to Mexico. The bighorn is 5 to 6 feet long and has brownish fur with a whitish rump. The bighorn has remarkable vision. It can see an enemy approaching from 2 miles away. The male has enormous curving horns which may be 4 feet long and weigh up to 30 pounds. The bighorn eats grasses, willows, and tree buds. Bison, a mammal which is the largest animal in North America. A large male bison may weigh 2,000 pounds. The bison is often called the buffalo, but it is not a true buffalo. It lives on the open plains and eats green plants. Herds of bison once covered most of North America, but today the bison lives only in certain places in Alaska, Canada, and the western states. Black bear, a mammal found in North America from Alaska to Mexico. The black bear is not always black. It may be cinnamon brown, silvery blue, or white. It is the smallest and most common American bear. It is about 5 feet tall and weighs from 200 to 500 pounds. It will eat small mammals, fruits, berries, nuts, twigs, and insects. It is especially fond of honey, and when it finds a beehive, it eats the wax and the bees along with the honey. Black-footed ferret, possibly the rarest mammal in North America. The black-footed ferret is 18 inches long and weighs about 2 pounds. It lives in the prairie dog towns on the Great Plains. Prairie dogs are its favorite food, but it also eats rats and mice. Young black-footed ferrets or kits have been seen pouncing on flowers and rocks as they practice hunting. Black-tailed jackrabbit, a mammal which lives in the deserts of the western United States and in Mexico. The black-tailed jackrabbit can easily run 35 miles per hour and can leap 20 feet. Its long ears are its air conditioner because they help the jackrabbit to give off extra heat. The black-tailed jackrabbit is not a rabbit but a hare. A hare is larger than a rabbit and has more powerful legs. Unlike a young rabbit, a young hare is born furred, alert, and able to run. Black widow spider, a glossy black spider which lives in warm regions all over the world. The black widow spider is an invertebrate, but it is not an insect because spiders have 2 body parts and 8 legs. The black widow spider is about half an inch long. The female can be recognized by the red hourglass marking on its underside. The bite of the black widow spider is poisonous, but usually not deadly. Blind fish, any of a number of small fish designed to live in caves or in the deepest parts of the sea. Some kinds of blind fish have no eyes. Others have eyes which cannot see. Most blind fish have special sense organs which help to make up for their lack of vision. Blind fish are found in North America, South America, and Africa. Blue jay, a blue, white, and black bird which lives in the eastern United States and Canada. The blue jay is related to the crow. It has a variety of loud calls, but it also sings a soft, sweet song. The blue jay eats insects and snails, but acorns are its favorite food. It sometimes buries acorns for the winter and then fails to dig them up. In this way, the blue jay becomes a tree planter. Blue marlin, a large fish found worldwide in warm seas. The marlin can swim 40 to 50 miles per hour. It eats fish and squid. The marlin is toothless, so God gave it a special bill on its upper jaw. The marlin's bill is so powerful that it can pierce through the solid wood of a boat. The marlin uses its bill to stun a fish and then swallows the fish whole. Bobcat, a mammal which lives only in North America where it is the most common wildcat. It is about 15 inches tall at the shoulder and weighs about 20 pounds. It has a very thick fur coat, extra long legs, and long thick fur on its cheeks. The bobcat gets its name because its tail is quite short or bobbed. The bobcat eats rabbits, rats, birds, and small reptiles. Bobwhite, a small plump bird which lives in southern Canada and the eastern United States. The bobwhite got its name from its call of bobwhite. Bobwhites live together in a group called a covey. At night they roost together on the ground in a circle, heads outward and bodies touching. Sleeping this way keeps them warm, even in the snow. If danger threatens, they fly away in all directions and hide. Box turtle, a reptile which lives in the United States. The box turtle can shut itself up inside its shell. Its lower shell, or plastron, is hinged. The plastron can bend upwards so that its edges meet the edges of the upper shell, or carapace. When the plastron and the carapace are shut tight, not even a knife blade will fit between them. The box turtle usually stays on land, but sometimes it cools itself off in a pond or stream. Broad-tailed hummingbird, a tiny bird that lives in the Rocky Mountains. The male broad-tailed hummingbird is usually heard before it is seen. Its wings make a peculiar rattling sound, unlike the humming sound made by the wings of other hummingbirds. The broad-tailed hummingbird can beat its wings up to 200 times per second and can fly at the speed of 55 miles per hour. The female builds a tiny nest lined with soft plant fibers and camouflaged to match the limb of the bush on which it is built. Bullfrog, the largest frog living in the United States and Canada. It is an amphibian which spends most of its life in the water. Fully grown bullfrogs are up to 8 inches long, not counting the legs, which may be 10 inches long. Bullfrogs eat insects and small animals, including birds and other frogs. California sea lion, a mammal which lives along the Pacific coast of the United States. The California sea lion is intelligent and playful. Most trained seals and circus acts are California sea lions. The male or bull may be 7 feet long and weighing 600 pounds. The female or cow is usually about a foot shorter and weighs 200 pounds. The baby is called a calf or pup. A group of sea lions is called a herd or a pod. The California sea lion is an excellent swimmer and can stay underwater for up to 25 minutes. Canada goose, the most common goose in North America. The Canada goose is a bird which can be seen in almost every state of the United States and every province of Canada. Flocks of Canada geese fly in V formation at speeds up to 50 miles per hour. An adult bird loses and replaces all of its flight feathers, molts, at one time. Molting adults often gather in large flocks on golf courses or lawns. Chipmunk, a small striped mammal which lives in Asia and North America. The chipmunk is a ground squirrel which lives in burrows in the earth. It is usually about 9 inches long, including a bushy 3 to 4 inch tail. The chipmunk eats fruits, seeds, and nuts. It carries food to its burrow by stuffing its cheek pouches full. Its cheek pouches can each hold up to 1 heaping tablespoon of food. The chipmunk sleeps through the coldest part of the winter, but it wakes up during warm spells to snack on its store of food. Civet, a group of mammals found in the warm regions of Africa, Asia, and southern Europe. There are 16 kinds of civets. They have cat-like faces, long, slender bodies, bushy tails, and short legs. Some eat meat and live in burrows. Others eat fruit and live in trees. Civets protect themselves in the same way that skunks do. They spray a bad-smelling liquid on their enemies. Sometimes the American spotted skunk is called a civet, but it is not a true member of the civet family. Cottontail, a small rabbit mammal found throughout most of North America. The adult cottontail rabbit is from 15 to 18 inches long and has brownish fur and a white powder-puff tail. Cottontail kits are born practically hairless. The cottontail lives in brush, thickets, and at the edges of forests. It escapes from its enemies by running in a zigzag pattern. If it is very frightened, it will freeze in one position for 5 minutes or more. Crab, an invertebrate with a soft body covered by a hard shell. Different kinds of crabs are found all over the world in freshwater and saltwater, warm water and cold water. The smallest crab is the pea crab. It is only 1/16 of an inch long. The largest crab is the Japanese spider crab, which measures 12 feet long. Some crabs can swim, others run sideways. Crabs eat plants and small sea animals. Crocodile, a large reptile that lives in the swamps, rivers, and marshes in the tropical parts of Africa, Asia, and North and South America. It is similar to an alligator, but the crocodile's snout is pointed, and its teeth show even when its mouth is closed. The crocodile has a long body, tough hide, webbed feet, and a powerful tail. An adult crocodile is usually about 12 feet long. Deer mouse, a small North American mammal, rodent, which is from 6 to 9 inches long, including the tail. The deer mouse has big ears, big eyes, and a tail that is as long or longer than its body. It eats seeds, nuts, and fruit. Since it does not hibernate, it stores up large piles of food for the winter. The deer mouse squeaks only when it is in danger. At other times, it sings a high-pitched song to itself, like a person humming. If it is excited, a deer mouse will stomp its front feet on the ground. Desert tortoise, a reptile which lives in parts of the southwestern United States and in Mexico. The shell of the desert tortoise is from 9 to 14 inches long. The desert tortoise feeds on desert plants. It sleeps through the winter in a hole which it has dug in the sand.